That's the quarter panel. This is what the right side look like, and then show you what's the inside. The bolt, shock absorber bolt, it's pretty tough to get in here. There's a little service port right here, but that only, you can only see the center of the bolt, and you need the bolts you need is right on the corner right here, so this thing is not gonna work. So you have to peel this insulator, and then you'll see it right there. Yeah, those two, the two nuts. Make sure you kind of peel off this push-in retainer that holds the wires right there, and right here, this big wire right here, make sure those are loose so you could pry off this insulator. And that's how you take out this rear struts. Alright, I got the old rear shock absorber off. The bolt that holds in the bottom here, use 24, and then what holds the nut on the other side is I use this 15/16 square end, and then you're just gonna have to use a pry bar on this end here, and then just crack the nut loose, and then away you go. So now we're gonna take out the airbag. This is the one that leaks, so let's get started. So there's the airbag. We're gonna have to detach that hose off from the bag, and then should be easy to come out. Okay, we're gonna take out the old bag, and then we're gonna detach the hose after. Okay, removing the airbag, trying to twist it and pull it out, it won't budge. So I'm gonna have to use the pry bar here. It was just a plastic that holds this airbag up there, little plastic retainer, so it's not a big deal. The new bag came with a new plastic retainer, so it's not a big problem. I could replace it with a new one. There you go. See that plastic piece up there? Yeah, that's the one that holds the airbag up to the body of the vehicle. And I'll show you, the new one is right here. There's that plastic retainer right there. So no problem, everything is all covered with all the parts that I'm gonna replace. Alright, so when that bag is off, we're gonna remove the airline hose. Use metric 10. No, still tight. Okay, now hose is removed. This bag is ready to come out. it was just in an awkward position here. All right, we got the old one and the new one side by side here. This is the one that's leaking, of course. Comes with the new fitting. This is, you take this off, just a cover so for shipping, so there's nothing that goes inside. A little rubber protection on the top, and this is that attached to the top of this bag, and then this is stud on the body side that this will go inside, and I think you twist it like just like a bolt, self-tapping nut plastic here. So put those in there. I'm not gonna put this in first. It's better to put this on the vehicle side, spin it, and then when it's in place, you put this whole thing, snap it inside, and it will just stay in there. So yeah, let's put the fitting back in. Forgot to mention the fitting. Replace it with the new one. So make sure this thing on the inside here, right there, make sure don't lose this. It's a compression fitting. So we'll replace this with the new one. I'll take out the old one off in the vehicle and we'll put this in there. The fitting that I replaced is the new one, and there's the plastic right here, new one. The fingers is that the way I have to install this is this fingers is pointing up, and there's a stud sticking out right here, so you just screw it in there. There you go. Then let's put the bag back in, and let's put the line inside. Just clean from there. Make sure have it face that port for the airline. Make sure facing to the, of course, on facing the inside of the vehicle. And you put this little plastic rubber insulator on the top. Don't forget that. Get all the dust out. Make sure that hole line up. That rubber piece, make sure it's lined up to the hole, and then when it's all lined up, you're gonna have to push this bag all the way up to that plastic piece. Just going by the feel here. There you go. Yeah, it's all in there now. Oops. Try it again. Shove it in there. Hopefully it's in there now. Again. Okay, I got the new bag back in there now. The airline is attached. Make sure that down here on the bottom of the airbag there's a little notch on the bag that has to line up with this this little groove down here. So that's when you put the airbag down in this hole first, then you know that you're on the right spot, which way is the bag facing. So yeah, so that's good. Just keep an eye on that notch, and let's put the rear shock absorber back in. Okay, it's time to put this new shock absorber. Here's a new one. Make sure the seal O-ring down here, make sure it's seated right to the bottom. You don't want to pinch this. Goes like that. Put a nut, the bolt down here. We're gonna put a lube on that thread so that anti-seize, something like this, so that it's easy to come off next time. And then up on the top, you're gonna put a nut up there. All right, this is on the top of the nut. Make sure hand tight first, and then you just bolt it down. Then the next one, and then the next one. I had to take out the bolt down here first before I put the nuts on the top. I had to put the nuts on the top first because of the compression of the cylinder. It's smaller, so you have to do the top first, bolt it down, and then put this new bolt. Sorry, put this big bolt down here after. Just use a pry bar to push the cylinder down. Like I said, I'm gonna put anti-seize here so that it will come out easy next time. So just use the pry bar and then bring the suspension up. Sounds easy, but try this again. Come on, get in there. Alright, try it again. There we go. I see a hole. Yes. When you see that when you see that hole in there, make sure to shove that bolt in there. You got one chance. And I have to bring the jack. Okay, so I put a jack underneath the arm, and then a pry bar rest on the sway bar links going to the bottom of the observer. Just gonna line it up like that. take the tension off that shocks absorber, and then let's see if we could hammer the bolt back in. There you go. That's good. Put the nut back on there. Then we're gonna impact this nut right here. Make sure you have this close box and socket 15-16 on the other side. Alright, so yeah, it's all in place, and now we're just gonna have to put this wheel liner back on.